Greetings, fellow beavers, united by the flame of unity. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Timberborn, episode 12, Unity. So once the... I think what I want to do is wait for all of this explosives to be planted, and then blow it up all at once, to just visibly see the drop in water level. I only have about 0.8 days left before drought, though. So it's probably not something to be done pre-drought, I think. I'm also not entirely sure if I start adding, additional gears and num crunchers and the like, I'm probably going to need a second engine. So, getting a second engine up and running is going to be needed. So, thinking about setting one up, for that we're going to need a way to get to the engine. This is so inelegant. Oh, because you don't have... Yeah, okay. This is okay-ish. It's not lovely, but it's okay-ish. So this gets us to the engine. And then the engine, all I have to do is make that a T section, and that will add power to the grid. To create permanent ponds where the dandelions are, it's not a terrible idea, no. Like, if I'll just do that now. I don't think there's enough time before the drought really kicks in for me to productively keep the dandelions intact. But if we just drill a hole here where water can pool, it should keep the dandelions from drying out. I just have to destroy some trees to do that. We are T-minus 0.5 days, so let's start flooding. This is going to be a little bit of destructive flooding preparing in time, because I'm going to raise all the floodgates everywhere for the river and for both rivers. So everything's going to look a little mad for a minute. I'll even do it for the top of the waterfall. Might as well, right? Keep some water up there. So well, let's make sure this tops up too. Okay. Yep. That's flooded. Okay, so let's flood the waterfall too. The waterfall pool. Ah, just in time. So now with the drought setting in, 17-day drought. So record long drought. With the drought setting in, I have never had more water stored on the map than now. So we've got the water channels, our artificial rivers all filled. And then we've also got the aquifer filled, the lakes filled. Yeah, everything's filled. Even the top. And because this drought isn't 22 days, everywhere where we have standing water will keep standing water, which is cool. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it takes 22 days for a single block of water to dry out and evaporate. So any flood less than 22 days or any drought rather less than 22 days allows us to, keep things hydrated in the meantime, which is handy. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna decide to make a stream gauge, just because I'm really curious about something. I want to see the total water level drop when I detonate. I could probably calculate it if I took the time to calculate the total volume of the aquifer and then the total volume that I'm adding to it through dynamite, but the stream gauge will kind of do that for me. So we'll get a stream gauge here. So this has a water level of 2.93. I nuke. And water level drops about 1/10 from that detonation. Neat. I was curious about that. Now I know. And it made a splash due to the explosion. Yeah. Yeah, it's well calculated. I like it splashing too. Looks cool. Well, my constructors really have not done anything in regards to those blueberries. You know what? I'm going to hire some builders. Get the builders to clear that out. Because I'm also going to want builders helping with the engine. The problem is the engine and the num cruncher are using the same gears. So I'm going to reduce the num cruncher. I'm going to try to get that by the end of the stream, but I'm going to reduce the num cruncher in lieu of the engine because the engine is going to be paramount to keeping productivity up. Because I don't think one engine is going to be able to power everything. We'll see. We'll see if the gravity battery raises up by the end of the night. But I'm pretty sure I'm probably losing total power over the course of a day. Up to 28. And the down, yeah. So I'm losing power. So I'm going to need another engine. Copy that. So all the metal blocks have been delivered, but we're still waiting on some gears. The area where I wanted to manufacture gears is freed up, though. So just throwing in another gear manufacturing is probably not going to work long term. Maybe it will. I don't know. I could just build it here. Yeah. Let's just build two like that. I have no idea if this is... I don't think we're going to be able to manufacture planks fast enough to get those, to have those running. But then I can just put a plank in here if that becomes the case. Because I'm pretty sure it's not enough. There we go. Really quickly throwing together the gear workshops. And of course, now this further tanks the gravity battery that we've got going on. But the idea is that the gears will then be used to make it'll be used to make another engine, which will then keep the lights on, so to speak. 14 dynamite. So at this point, I'm just going to start... Yeah, I'm just going to use the dynamite to deepen the aquifers. As much as I'd like the deeper rivers, the deeper aquifer keeps us alive during long droughts. Deeper rivers don't. Deeper rivers keep things looking nice during droughts, but doesn't keep me alive necessarily. So, staying alive is kind of the important part, I think. Wow, they laid that pretty quick. I'm surprised. I'm glad it's waterproof explosives too. So we're almost all the gears we need for the engine. That was pretty quick. Getting these built really helped a lot. Of course, the gravity battery is about a half power, but I do think that will be solved in just a second here. So now with this engine's actually not adding to our power grid. So then we have to power shaft turn to a T section here to get that all hooked up. So this is the most important thing to build in the entire colony. And it looks like my builders are... Yeah, we're just past the working hours. All right, emergency. Go back to work. Just for today. Please? Please? Okay, you know what? They're not doing it. Oh, no, they did it. They built... No, they didn't build it. They built 99% of it. You bastards. All right, there it goes. So one really nasty day of extra work. But hopefully what we'll see is the gravity battery returning up to the 30K mark over the course of, you know, some nights. Because this is not supplying all the power needed. It's now supplying 400 or 800 of the 965. But in a minute here, the Num Cruncher is going to draw another 500. But by the time we have the Num Cruncher, I can shut down some of the gear workshops to balance it out a little bit better. Oh, I got a Num Cruncher. And yes, so that power shaft is actually not delivering power to it. Got it. I was kind of worried about that, but that's okay. All I need then is a... is that. Okay, on, and it is crunching science. Enough so that I can unlock the Flame of Unity. So the Flame of Unity is another huge boon to the colony, and I'm going to try to build one. It requires way more planks than I currently have, but and more metal than I currently have. But that's the goal, the new goal, which I don't think I'll do in the next 20 minutes. But I can try. So in order to make the planks, this might seem a little crazy, but I'm going to actually destroy one of these gear workshops and replace it with planks, and then replace the build a new smelter. So we're double the planks, double the metal, possibly getting us the Flame of Unity in time. Maybe. I don't know. But these monument projects provide a huge benefit, which then makes all of the beavers a lot more productive as a result. So they're very important things to build. So that's about 18K. I think it was about 18K. The Num Cruncher is obviously a big culprit, a big power culprit. That's using 500 of the 1300 that we have. So it's one of those situations where, like, if I run out of power, I can turn off the Num Cruncher and then only turn it on once I have excess power. Obviously, once we have running water, I will have plenty of excess power to run the Num Cruncher during non-drought times. Another interesting thing that has happened is I probably need to manage where people are working and what people are doing, but I don't have... I'll turn the breeding pods back on. I actually don't have free labor. I have 11 vacancies. One is incapacitated due to injury, but they're being healed. But 11 vacancies, which is quite a lot. Don't forget to detonate. True. Let's do that. What's... Oh, the blueberries are blocking. Get all that out of the way. You know, we almost got back up to the 17.8K. So I think we're net negative, but not by so much that it's going to be critical. Like, all I'd have to do is maybe turn off another gear workshop and it'd be fine. Something like that. One obvious problem with the current setup right now, which is why I'm going to pause the Num Cruncher, is don't have a lot of trees available to me. I think we're finally at the point where I should turn on the backup flag over here for these oaks that we had sown. Because they're definitely getting to a situation where I just don't have enough enough wood to go around. There's a ton of the wood that we have is going into planks for the Flame of Unity, which is already about half supplied with planks and half supplied with metal. So I'm not doing a bad job of getting that up and running. I'm not really sure. I think it would be nice to have another smelter, but I'm not really sure that building the smelter now is the right play, because it uses up power, it uses up planks, and those planks could be better used just to invest in the Flame of Unity. I could add a forester up here as well to replant the oaks around the top of the waterfall. But I'm not too concerned about wood levels yet. I'm not going to bother. Let's go ahead and fire our builders now. And then lower, because I don't have research I need unlocked at the moment. Lower the priority of the researchers so that we've got our work allocation looking good. So we are cranking out the planks. We are at about just past the 50% mark for planks for the Flame of Unity. Oh, that is what happened here. Nothing to do in range? Oh, right. Yeah, that's my fault. I didn't actually queue to cut these oaks down. But apart from that, looking pretty good. The battery is now hoisted back up to 25K, so it's in a way better position than it was before because I turned off the Num Cruncher. I'm not using the science at the moment, which I think is pretty reasonable given the power scarcity and flow scarcity. And then the low lumber situation got resolved, not perfectly. It would be more ideal if I was micromanaging the tree farms to make sure that every pine cut down is replaced by an oak, which I really haven't been doing, but I could start working towards that. Doing it piecemeal, rather than doing a clear cut where we delete all the trees. Just anytime pines get pulled, making sure we sow oaks back, because they're more efficient. One critique I would make is on normal mode, when you don't have like super prolonged droughts, there's more variety of music. I feel like, and I could be wrong because I haven't actually checked, but this would be my guess, is that there's more music for happy times than there are sad times. Meaning that when you're playing on hard mode, you end up listening to the same tracks a lot more frequently than when you're playing on easy mode. Or normal mode when there's fewer droughts. Because the drought music and the non-drought music is different, and I don't think there's a lot of drought music in the soundtrack mix. Again, could be wrong about that. That's my feeling. It's my gut feeling. Well, all of the trees in our tree farm have been cut down, and they're all now immature. We have a very finite amount of wood available to us, apart from these oaks over here. Or these up here that I could, like, I could ramp to, but it's just a few birches. They're not really going to help much. I'll cut this old dried oak. just because I can, right? It's an extra 8 wood. Why not? Oh, you know what's funny? They can't path to it. Because the tree cut flag literally terminated the pathing. There we go, I fixed that. All right, power is hoisted all the way back up. One of the things that that saves me is once power is not needed to hoist the gravity battery back up, the engines actually go idle and save me fuel. So I would say as long as my timber amount is like sub 100, I'll keep the num cruncher paused. So I'll just try to micromanage it that I'm managing the fuel and power levels myself. It's not ideal because, you know, it adds micromanagement, but it's something I can try to do whenever I notice wood stocks are back up to a healthier number. This lumberjack can't actually functionally get to the other side, can't get to this tree, because there's no valid path there. And there's not an easy way for me to make a valid path there, to be honest. I would have to build like a suspension bridge here or something. Let's do something stupid. I'm already using all my planks, so it's not like this suspension bridge. Well, we can't even get to this section either. Yeah, forget it. I'd have to disrupt the gravity battery connection and then, like, dig a tunnel or something. It's just not worth doing. So water levels have dropped enough that the mangroves are no longer being watered. This will be a problem eventually when on longer droughts, because mangroves will die in 13 days. Fortunately, the water starts flowing in 7.5. But that will become an issue later on. One way to solve that, which I'm not currently doing, is to have the mangroves be on Maybe I should start working on a long-term solution on that. But one way that you could solve that is to have an elevated spot. And I don't have terraforming bots, so I can't really do that. But have an elevated spot in the center of your aquifer where there's deep water all around it so that it stays irrigated much, much, much longer. But that's a project for not this stream. I'm not going to worry about that. What that would mean, if I wanted to do that, is to stop detonating this landmass so that potentially I can have an elevated mangrove, you know, in the middle of the reservoir. So I think that the remaining dynamite that I have could be used to channel out a deeper river, so that the river can hold 44 days of water, and also I can make water wheels more easily in it. Can we path here? No, I don't think we can. I don't suspect that we'll get, and I know destroying those floodgates will leak this out, but I don't need this section irrigated. I don't think that that I'll actually be able to use this stream because I have almost no time left, but set it up. So we're 9 metal blocks away and four planks away from the Flame of Unity. So I think the Flame of Unity is a very reasonable goal for the end of stream, but the rest is probably not so much. All right, the planks are in. So the idea here is to deepen this back section so that it can have more water and potential water wheels. And then if I build the suspension bridge on this side, it can actually look nice. The one tree to rule them all. It's now a one tree hill again. You can think of it this way. It ensures that we don't run out of oak seeds. That is the mother oak. Kind of like the mother wort or something. So I didn't finish the dandelion hydration area, which was to, and I won't be able to benefit from that until running water again, but it was to drill out a hole here so that water pools here. And that actually would help to keep the mangroves hydrated as well, I think. So it serves as a double purpose. And in fact, I think it would be better if it was a 2x2 hole. So I'll set that up, or because it's cheap to do, doesn't divert too much attention. So having a deeper pocket of water means that this area will be irrigated for 22 more days or something over the usual timer for when droughts happen. And if I really wanted to get complicated, I could set up a water dump. I could, like, flatten out some of these mountains around and put a water dump here to create an artificial pond. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, yeah, the Flame of Unity is up. I was like, what's going on? But yeah. Nice. 2 minutes before the end of stream, too. So by the end of day here, if I reduce the working hours, let's say by another hour, to give people more time to recreate, because I have even more recreation sources in the colony, it might be possible to get even a higher record. But the Flame of Unity, as you can see here, provides 5. So the beavers that are passing through the Flame of Unity's sphere of influence are getting a huge boon to their well-being. And then, of course, ultimately you get the Tribute of Ingenuity, which is a +8. And then the Carousel, which requires mechanical powers, a +3, mud baths +3, and books is a +3. So there's a lot of ways to drive late-game well-being so that your beavers are just insanely productive. Plus all the food that I'm currently missing, because we haven't voted on food. But there's a huge amount of well-being that can potentially be added. So the highest people right now are like in the 32 range. So we take a look at any of these 32s, and they're working at twice the speed. They are moving at 40% gain, and then they're living at 60% gain, which is awesome. I know I'm just about out of time, but I would like to get the water flowing before the end of stream. So I'm going to play on max speed and go a little bit over time to try to channel out the remainder of this river. And then also get the mangrove pit hydrated. Because I like that little addition over there. And I want to show it off. So one way to finish the excavation would be to create a path down here. So I'm going to do that. It's going to be kind of expensive, but it won't take up any volume, and it will allow the beavers to walk down. Actually, there's a cheaper method. Forget that. I don't need to build it from such a high point. I do have the planks, but I'm not going to use that many planks. It's just not efficient. So we'll build I'll build a ramp down here at this point. $31. That might mean that someone has hit like 33 or more. Now, I think I'm only providing up to 32 benefit. But that's still... almost every beaver is at 100% work speed. Or every single one, actually. Which is awesome. So a little stair system like that will allow us to get to the spots that we weren't able to reach. And what I have left to do is to channel out this river and then wait the 2 days for the water to flow. So the reason why we can't plant that is this staircase. In fact, I could even get to the this bomb spot just by destroying the staircase, making a road, setting up the bomb, detonating, and then replacing the stairs. But I'd rather just have access to this deep section instead. helps to be able to maintain your riverways. Oh, that looks weird. We don't have a lot of water here. We have 0.9, you know. I think between blasting and inefficient water usage, we did definitely drain our aquifer. It just shows like how much you need to focus on building up the most inexhaustible supply of water as possible. That's maybe the way to phrase it. Because it is absolutely crucial to have a huge volume of water ready for the prolonged droughts. So this was a long drought, 17-day drought. It's a bad one. So less than a day left of the dry stuff. That we can survive. And now we have a blasted path so we can actually get to the nested dynamite. So with the deeper channel, it's very easy to make a water wheel, as you can see, because it's at the level of the river. So if we wanted a ton of excess power, as you can see, it would be very easy to add a lot of excess power to the colony. I'm gonna pause these because I don't need these right now. I think barracks will transfer power. I don't recall. I don't have it memorized. If it didn't, then this one would be a little problematic. I would need to move the barracks. But yeah, that potentially adds like 1,500 watts of power. And then I could do that up here as well. You know, there's nothing stopping me from channeling this out with dynamite and doing the same. Or getting rid of these inventors. Actually, you know what? I'll do that. Getting rid of these inventors and then putting yet another large power wheel here as well. Drought has ended. So I just want to see this pit of water fill up and then the rivers start to flow again. So let's reduce the height to 0.5. This to 2.5, this to 0.5, and somehow or another our Lido did not run out of water. I'm surprised, I'm impressed. The real trick would be to add enough gravity batteries to last me the entire drought without an engine. You could try that. I mean, it's especially on this map specifically, it's viable because of the vertical drop, the total vertical drop that you have. Gravity batteries alone are a huge gear and plank and a little bit of metal investment. So like it would cost you a lot, but it could be possible to have to just power it up through batteries and wheels. And that would be a good like long-term big goal, so that you don't have to burn through your wood supply in times of drought. But in a moment here, this is slowly filling up, and we'll get the mangroves. They're already being supplied with water. Or they're about to be supplied with water, so that they're not dying out. It actually occurs to me that this pit here won't help the mangroves, because the mangroves want to be partially submerged, but this pit will help the dandelions. Because the dandelions will be irrigated further, I think. There we go. Dandelions are replanted, and the river is flowing again. And that, my friends, is where I am going to leave off. Thank you so very much for, uh-oh, hold up. Wait, no. Oh, I think this will normalize. Oh, yeah, I had that at 0.5. I missed a floodgate and flooded the little town. But it dried up, and we'll be back to normal in a second. I didn't want to leave off with a mistake. That looks bad. All right, now this is where I'm going to leave off. So, thank you so very much for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in to Timberborn, which originally streamed live on Twitch January 2nd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, a link can be found in the description of this video or at Rhadamant.com. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow beavers.